Good morning, everyone. It is Thursday, January the 16th, and we're still on the $100 to 100,000 challenge and seeing how long it'll take us to get there with no shorts. Well, I ain't gonna say no shorts, but with no margin trading so far and just taking longs and with no margin or leverage and we're right now using XRP. So that's what you're looking at right now. We're looking at the 5 minute chart. I will go to the four hour chart just to give you a higher level perspective. Um, so let's just go ahead and do that. All right. So, all right. And I did make some notes on my chart. And even though I'm using Coinbase as an exchange, and that's something else I want to talk about because I had someone ask me a question about am I using the regular Coinbase to do my trades? And I was like, oh no, I want people to understand I'm using Coinbase Advanced. And it looks very much not just Coinbase, and I might can show because I do it on my phone. Um, I don't do it on my tablet, but I actually do have it. I'll decide. But it's Coinbase Advanced. So if you go into Coinbase and you go to Advanced, and then that's where you can put in like limit orders, stop limit orders, market orders. You can split it up. You can, set prices, so forth. Not the regular Coinbase that I'm using. So let me see. All right. So here we are. Now I did add this one indicator. I don't primarily use indicators, but I do like this one because it's basically a fib, but it is called time zone fib. So it's really like a fib. So it's not really an indicator. But I do have that up there because I noticed in the past, once it hits a certain level and it can pass and bounce off of that level, it usually goes parabolic. So that's why I was using that. The other thing I did was when I went back in time and looked at, like, what type of things were done to show we were reversing. Um, so I went back there and primarily looking from I think it was a 5 minute or 15 minute chart, so that I'll know when things are reversing because I'm pretty much staying in this trade. I've been in it for the past, I think, 3 days or so. Um, but let me take that off. All right, I can take this off. All right, so here we are. And the reason why I'm still confident about still staying in this trade is because even though Coinbase, the high, I think, on its chart was all time high was like a little over $3, whereas on Binance, the all time high is $3.55. So I basically let me take this off. And I was trying to see if I had gone in and out, what difference would it have made? That's why you see these, but I just remained in there because I told you my whole goal is to do the least amount of work as possible. So if it means that, hey, I can just stay in here and still be on target with my 100K goal, then why go through the effort of going in and out, in and out, in and out. Now, if I was very aggressive, I probably would have, but I'm not. I'm not really being that aggressive. Um, let's see. All right, so if you were to, what I did was I went back in time when it reached all-time high before, and how did it react to that, right? So I think I went back to the weekly chart, right? So there was a point in time where it had an all-time high before, and right, so this was an all-time high at one point right here, and I'll put like a little ray right there. Yeah, so where I just drew that second line, yellow line right here. So you see it hit that was the first time it hit that all-time high, which was at 40 something cents, right? 43 cents or so. And then it came back. How long did it take? Not saying that this is exactly the way it'll go, but I do this for like, it took a long time, right? Well over half a year for it to hit back at that all-time high, which was this candlestick right here, right? It came back down, and then it made this huge spike down. Now, I don't know what was happening at that time, and then it finally bounced out of that and made a new high. So I'm not saying that that's the same thing that's going to happen, but I think once it does hit 355, I think I am, because I think I am going to go ahead and come out and let it dip and just watch for it to bounce. And it may not take as long. It might take a few hours. It might take a day. It might take 2 weeks for it to come out, or it might take 30 minutes. But I'm going to just keep track of the chart, right, of when it's coming out, and then if it were to make another run. So what was the other thing? Because if you think about it, so far from the time it started running, right, it's almost done over 581 cents, right? I mean, not 581, 500 and almost 547% gain already, right? So there's probably going to be people that want to sell, okay, that have been in this for a little while, and they just want their psychology could be that they want to sell at all-time high, right? Then there'll be people that are holding, right, and they're never going to sell, right? There's going to be a mix. And there are going to be people that are going to be like, oh my God, we hit all-time high, and now I want to buy, right? I'm waiting for the breakout, right? So you're going to have a combination. But for the people who are already in there, they're going to be sales. So that I know I will get some type of sale out of this, right? And then I probably can go back in once I see that it hit some type of support and bounce off of that support, and then I can go back in, right? So that's why I'm setting my target at 354, 55. We almost there, right? So let me go back to Coinbase, because that is the platform I'm trading off of. So that's why I really pay attention to this chart, because that's where I put my limit orders in at. So let's go back to the 5 minute, because I think we're getting close to where we need to be. And so what I would do is right now it has, I really could have came out right here and then came back in, right? But I decided I'm just gonna, since we're really close to 355, And what I might do is just set a limit order to right here at this area, or maybe a little bit above this area, just in case we were to hit the 100% and then spike down. That's not saying that's what people should do. This is just what I'm just documenting what I'm doing. So, and that's pretty much it, right? I honestly am also looking at, okay, if I come out of this and I need something else to go into, or if I'm going to stay in this, go back into this, I'll also be making a decision on that based off of what's going on with XRP after it hit its all-time high, and then is there something else that I need to be involved in, or for the challenge, right? Versus I'm not talking about the long-term investing, right? Because XRP is definitely something that I personally believe in for long term, but as well. But for these videos, I'm only really talking about for the challenge, for the trades, where I can get my best bang for my buck. So, and it looks like it bounced off of that 100%. Let's see if it can make it above here and hit the 355 this morning. So I'm gonna just stay up here for a minute, and let me see. Oh, for Coinbase, basically what you're gonna do and is go to Coinbase and let me see. Let me go there myself and you go to the top. See, on my phone, I'm going by what's on my phone. So the top left corner, where it looks like a box with dots, and then it's like a menu basically. And then you click on that, and you'll see in the middle of that menu it says Coinbase Advanced, and then you're just gonna slide that little radio button to the right, and then come back out of that menu, and then you type in whatever coin that you want, XRP, and then it's going to ask you XRP USD, XRP EUR, which is for Europe, or XRP USDT, which is Tether, right? So depending on what you're buying XRP with, let's say you're buying it with USD, and then you're going to click on the buy button, and then you have your different types of orders. Excuse me. You have your different types of orders. You have your limit. You have your limit, market, and stop limit, right? And you put in a limit order to buy, and then whatever that amount is, whatever price you want, and then the amount, and whether you want 25% of the amount that you have on that in Coinbase, or 50%, 75%, or the max, right? And then that's it. And then you hit preview buy order, and then it's going to ask you, are you sure you want to buy? And you click yes, and then it's going to ask you again, and then you click done, and then that's it. So it has a lot of like steps sometimes, I think, versus just clicking buy. But that's pretty much it. And then I go back to the chart, and then I look at where I think my sell, or if I want to put a stop loss in, then I go back and go to that same area, click trade, and then click sell, then click limit, and then I put whatever price I want to sell at. And whether I want to sell all of it, 50% of it, 25% of it, whatever percent I want to sell. And then hit done. And that's pretty much it. So it's not complicated. It's not really complicated. So, but that's pretty much it. I'm just going to, I got a alert right below this 78% line, which is coming across this line there where it has touched the bottom portion of the when the price goes down, right? I try to say things not so technically because sometimes everybody who is watching these videos are not used to the technical terms, right? So I could say when it hits a lower low, right? Or a higher low, right? But some people are like, what the heck is she talking about? So I just say when the price goes down, to keep it very simple and not make it complicated. Because I really think, honestly, this is my conspiracy theory, that all these technical words were introduced into trading to keep people away from trading so that they would like be intimidated by using all these big words. I think that's what happened back in the day. And I think people are so comfortable using those technical words who are in the industry that they continue to use them and they feel like they're forced to use them to sound intelligent when really the only thing we're talking about is the price being up or down. I don't need to use like that's fine if you want to, but like I really feel like that's the reason why. It's just the same thing as in like the health fields. They use all these big long words, and basically what we talk about is a fungus, right? So, or a virus, and they come up with all these different words to keep people like kind of dumbed down. It sounds like they're being intelligent, but they make it so complicated for people to say so that they don't want to say it and they don't want to learn, and make it seem like something that's so very easy, it's almost like they're making it very complicated. So that's just my little 2 cents on that. So, but anyway, so I'm going to wait till it hits this price and it's at this level right here where you see the 78.6%, which these lines are what they call a fib retracement. So, and only because when I drew this line right here, this trend line, it touched the bottoms, right? When it came back down, it touched there and it was close to the bottom. So that's why I'm using the 78% as an alert. Now, I'm not in the trade. If I was in the, no, Lord Jesus, I am in the trade. But if I had a sold up here, then I probably would have a tighter alert. Just in case if it were to hit this 100% and then go the other direction. I seriously doubt if it will. It could, but I seriously doubt it only because it did this like almost double top with a little spike right here. Then it had a lower low. Like it peaked out pretty much at the same level. Then it came down and then it didn't go above this last peak, right? So it's just lower. The next peak is lower than the first peak. So that's why you might hear me say it, or you might hear someone else say a lower low. Right? And which usually means that it's going to continue to go down, and then or I could set an alert right below this lowest candle right here. So that's pretty much it. And once again, I keep it very simple. I think people make trading way too complicated than what it is. And that's what causes people to have anxiety and make wrong moves. And they I think it seems so simple to them that they feel like they're not doing something right because most people are used to working. And I'm just being honest. Like, I'm just keep it 100 real. Like, most people are used to working because I'm the same way. Like, most people are used to working. They're used to being busy with something. So if they don't feel like they're being busy with something, including trading, they get anxiety. And so that's why they'll pull out of a trade before they need to, or they'll go in a trade before they need to, instead of just letting it play out because they feel like they need to be doing something. It's kind of like when I used to work in the office and you would see this one person that's just, every time you turn around, they are just moving around. They're just going from one place to another place. They just got to look busy because they cannot just be still. Same concept, if you catch my drift, right? So no, trading, that's why I said trading is, to me, the most feminine type of way of making money because you really don't do a whole lot of work. If you're doing a whole lot of work, you're just being busy. You're doing too much because it really doesn't require a whole lot of work. So that is my tidbit for today. But I'll come back as to where we are and see where it goes from there. All right, thanks and have a great day.